Hello everyone, my name is Nekpen Obasogie. I'm from the ancient city of Benin. It has been a while, but I'm here to discuss about Britain. Who says the law of karma is an illusion? We are in 21st century. We don't have to romanticize the dark history of British colonial rule in Africa, given that Britain has not implemented any meaningful policy for reparation. Many of us are still living with the intergenerational trauma of British colonial violence in Africa. For the benefit of those who are not familiar with the ongoing restitution of Benin artifacts, I'm going to do an overview of the story. According to one of my favorite British writers, Alan Ryder, in the 19th century, there was a paradigm shift on how the Europeans perceived Africans. The paradox of race exacerbated the pacification of territories in Africa. In 1897, Victoria armies invaded Benin, what Britain coined as a punitive expedition, of which in reality it was a war. However, the war gave preference to British armies to loot thousands of Benin artifacts from the Oba's palace. Those artifacts were brought to Europe and disseminated across Western countries. Probably during the colonial era, the Europeans believed that they have the moral obligation or legal right to loot and possess African treasures. However, there is a new paradigm shift on how these treasures are perceived in some Western countries. Some institutions in the West have decided to return Benin artifacts back to Nigeria. Some even believe that it is unethical to keep those artifacts under their possession. Britain is our primary focus right now. Some Western countries that receive Benin artifacts from Britain have decided to return these artifacts back to Nigeria, while Britain, that is the main country that looted Benin artifacts, is still proudly exhibiting those artifacts in the country. The British Museum houses the highest number of Benin artifacts in the West, but there's still no update of when these artifacts will be returned back to Nigeria. Last week, I was privileged to be invited by Smithsonian's National Museum of African Art in Washington, D.C. to attend the signing ceremony for the return of Benin bronzes back to Nigeria. Smithsonian Museum became the first institution in the United States to return Benin artifacts back to Nigeria. History was made. So tomorrow, Saturday, we have a program coming up on Nebo TV to discuss about the ongoing restitution of Benin artifacts. If you want to be a part of the discussion or you want to be one of our panelists, please contact me and we'll take it from there. Thank you all and have a wonderful weekend.